Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. It's Chuck here, and if you would like to join us at Starbucks, come talk about your plans. If you're looking to buy, looking to sell, looking to invest in properties, we could go over things like how much does it actually cost? What do you do first? Do you buy or sell first? What do you do to typically get your home ready? Those are all the kinds of things that we love to talk about at Starbucks. And so if you're interested in that, just sign up over on that side. Today we've got a list of 12 properties, and for the most part, there's not that much good stuff, but there's a couple in here, so I'll go through them with you. First one up is 620 Ferguson, number 101, and so it's a 3-story townhouse, and you can see even on the main floor that they've done some crown moldings. The kitchen looks great. There's even more moldings up here. It's just a really nice space, well done, and the moldings upstairs. Now, you don't typically get a lot of money for that, but the overall impression is very strong. At $298,900, what it's listed for, the last few models that even sold in the past, like in the past couple months, did not look as good as this, and they got this kind of money. So these guys are, I think, very aggressively priced. The one thing that you look at is that this home has a $46 fee that they don't talk about in the listing, and so it's for garbage removal, it's for snow removal, and so it's got a condo fee, but it's not a condo. It's like they call it a common element fee. So it's one of those things that that can affect your affordability. So about $46 a month is equal to about $10,000 on a mortgage. So I compare something like this to some of the stuff that we see for $310, and I think in a lot of ways this one still has better value than a lot of those ones. So that's a good one. I really like that listing. I think it's very fairly priced. 93 Bronte has been for sale for a little bit. 132 by 73. I think it's on the corner of Robert and Bronte. And so it's a 3-bedroom. It's a 1.5 story. So you've got the half story where the bedroom's upstairs. You've got the peak ceiling. There's some beadboard. The ceilings look nice and high. There's a small computer desk. And only one full bathroom, and I believe it's on the main floor. So if you're upstairs in the bedrooms, you'd actually have to go down to go tinkle at night. So beyond there, it looks pretty good. A decent sized yard. We have seen a couple of these ones that have sold for a bit less, but they're very different. These are very unique homes, and they all have different characteristics. So, I think it's a good alternative, even for somebody thinking about moving to a condo. A home like that can be a good choice. Okay, so Colson, $369,900. And what I'd expect for a home like this, it's a link, so it shares a foundation wall, but it looks detached from the outside. I would expect a kind of a more basic home in Old Milton. At the right price for this one, you could be doing really well. It's a 52-foot by 122-foot property, and that's good. It's got a finished basement. You'll notice there's not a whole lot of discussion of upgrades or things like that, but I think the intrinsic value of the lot plus the home, if it doesn't need a lot of structural work, if you're putting in floors and kitchen, I think that the right number could really pay off for the buyer. Now, Holland Heights, 349. It's a townhouse. There's no photos on this one. It's a 3-bedroom. We know it's less than 2,000 square feet. I don't know. It's probably towards the higher end of that, maybe 18, 19. I don't know. Laminate floors. It doesn't look like anything that blows my mind. Holmes Crescent, 444. It's an end unit townhouse. I believe this one is about 2170 square feet, if it's the model I'm thinking of. Nice shots inside. This is a mere posting, so we've talked about that before. The seller is representing themselves, and they don't have a listing agent, but you can still bring your own buyer's agent in and just negotiate the fee and the price and everything for you. So it looks like you fit 2 cars side by side. I don't know. It doesn't blow me away. I think for the price, we start hitting $450. I mean, just past there, you're getting double garage homes. Bit of a tough call. $523 for this one on cost again. It's on a 36 by 100-foot lot. So whenever you have a 36-foot lot, you figure the garage is 20 feet, you got a couple of feet on either side, so you don't have a lot of house in the first part until you clear past the garage on the L shape and you get really into the meaty parts of the living areas. And so this one looks like it has a separate living and dining room. You've got some upgraded floors upstairs. Usually what I say to people is that whatever you spend on the main floor on hardwood, you're probably doing 100% profit. Once you get to the second floor hardwood, you're probably about 50% of what you paid, because not everybody loves hardwood upstairs. It is a nice feature to have. It does add value, but not at the same level as the main floor. So that's that one there. It's close to Bruce Trail Public School. I don't know, for that price, I think, I've seen a couple better options that I'd prefer. Farrington, $599, and you look at this one, it's like 2,700 square feet or so. We profiled one on Leech Landing right at 600,000 that to me felt like a better deal than this one, at least from the pictures there. So Clements, great older listing. I think there was an offer registered on this one presenting last night. 50 by 100 foot lot, and really if it had maybe an extra 20 feet in the yard, I'd consider this to be the perfect old Milton listing. And it's on a fantastic street. The homes on the street all take care of themselves, and they all look terrific. Well, homes obviously don't take care of themselves. People take care of the homes. But go inside and you've got the hardwood itself is nice, which is in the living dining room. It's very well cared for. The green carpet, easy to fix, okay? It's not a big deal. There's a lot of vinyl floor in this home. That's the hardwood I was talking about. The windows have been done. The furnace is a little bit older. There's parts of the roof that are a little worn, so you probably get 5 years out of it. The kitchen's renovated, and you've got a nice big eat-in area. Very simple. Some people try and make these weird designs in the old Milton homes when they renovate the kitchen. This is simple, classic, and it gives you enough space in your eat-in area. And so there's your family room. The master has a really big ensuite. Might need a little updating for some people. For others, it would be very functional and fine. And then you also have a walk-in closet. So it has a lot of the features that you'd find in a newer Milton home in the old Milton home. And it's got a nice big pool plus a little bit of yard space here, and it backs onto a park, so it's nice and private. Really good listing. Compares very well to some of the things that have sold in old Milton. And it's got a fully finished basement too. Might need a little bit of updating, but I think with a little flooring, a little bit of paint, this one could really turn into something special that you could stay in for a really long time. So great home here. Savaline is at $699, and so it's about 3,000 square feet. And if you think about it, you can buy the 3,000 square foot homes for closer to $6,000. So for me, a vacant home is really tough to sell. They have done some upgrades. I've said this before, if you're going to sell a home for $700,000, put some appliances in, invest a few thousand, make it easy for somebody to make a decision, and do some good appliances. Float at the level that the water's at. So if you're selling a expensive home like this, you're probably investing about, I would say, 1% of the value. If you get a $300,000 home, spend the $3,000 on appliances, maybe a bit less. You get up to this, go $5,000 to $7,000. Really put in the nice ones that the buyers aren't going to object to. Okay, so glass shower, to me, it's just an ordinary home, and it doesn't really have a lot that draws me in personally. I just see this as one of the sort of typical big box homes, of which there are usually plenty of them. So McPhail Way, $999. Up in Churchill, another listing. It's almost a daily event to see a listing up here. It's at Guelph and 15th. This one here is the first one, I believe, from recalling just from memory, that's under $1 million, which is really going to help them, because the difference between over $1 million and under $1 million, that's a huge breaking point for a lot of people. That's 6 figures to 7 figures, and it changes your audience tremendously. So the stuff at 1.2 or 1.3 isn't going to be seen by the people who are capping at $1 million, and so these guys are certainly playing to a different audience. Now, I wonder if some of the amount of activity up here is due to the fact that the homes are just getting old enough that we're starting to see some wear and tear on them. We're starting to maybe see some repairs that need to happen, furnaces, windows, roofs, that kind of stuff. A lot of these homes are floating around that 15-year mark. Some of them are less. Some of the older ones are a little bit getting closer to where you'd want to do some work. And it looks like you got a 2-acre yard too. So one of the biggest yards that we've seen so far for all these listings in Churchill. So I like it. I think it was a very good move to put it under $1 million, and we'll see what happens. This one on Henderson is at 1.5. You're basically paying for the land. It's 14 acres. What I get in the description out of this is that, yeah, you could build a custom home, and there are a couple on Henderson that are nice. I wouldn't say the whole street's really fantastic, or you can bank on it for potential down the road with development, but the problem is that's not going to happen for a while. So I don't know if any of those two options really appeal to me, and if I had 1.5, I think there's a lot of options that I would look at instead of this. But it does have the land. I even think you could get 14 acres of land. You know, probably, I don't know. I just don't see where this one's going. I think that it's a tough listing to market because it has some value, but you kind of don't know which way to go with it. So that's my thoughts on that one. And that's it for the list today. If you have any questions, give us a call, reach out to us. We bring you these videos every day, 5 days a week. And if you do have questions, you're part of the family. We'd love to help you out. Have a great day.